tracks.
Welcome to 540 Studio, The Beyond Season 2. Hello everybody out there in YouTube land, it's good to see you all. Sorry for the little delay. I'm just gonna blame Kilted after he had to go to the bathroom.
Hey, go potty.
But I am here today with two of my co-hosts, Prismatics and Kilted. So, as usual, I'm gonna let you guys introduce yourselves. So, Pris, how are you, man? How's your day been? What have you been up to lately?
My day has been fine. Not that much interesting, but it's been fine enough.
Yeah,
regular, normal, I guess.
yeah.
That's just
Happy.
me.
You're playing some
hey,
games lately?
Yeah, Party Animal.
Yeah, how do you like that game?
It's really fun. I
You
recommend
think so?
it. Yeah. well, I played it. I guess I think so. But yeah, that's a game that I recommend for people who want to play a game that is not just a singular game, that is more like a whatever
I
it
guess.
is. Multiplayer game that is yeah, whatever.
You are good to explain,
it's
man.
funny. Yeah, I know. It's extremely late, so I don't freaking care.
Yeah, no, I get it,
Wouldn't
man.
that
We live in Norway.
technically be extremely early?
Huh?
He says 2 a.m. Some people would consider that extremely early instead of extremely late.
Yeah, but that's their problem, not mine.
And of course, I'm also here with Kilted. How are you, brother? How you been?
Not as tired as Prismatics because I've been awake. And Steve, one day that's going to get one day.
Understandable.
Not anytime soon, I'm sure, Steve. But I screw up and start talking like that one fucking time.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, it's just like, oh, sorry, I laughed a little bit while the intro was on. I was flipping through Twitter and Fratanga made a joke. Fratanga Plays made a joke at Angry Joe's expense, and I just kind of laughed at it. So,
oh yeah, right. I get that.
IGN put an article about Star Citizen. You remember that game, right? Star Citizen.
Yep.
Yeah,
I remember that one.
$600 million later. Jesus Christ! Wow, my goodness.
Have you played more of Starfield though?
After I beat it, no, I have not. I kind of want to. I'm a little. I think I burn myself out a little bit when I go that hard and heavy into a game, and after that, I don't feel like playing anything. So usually, what I do is I find something that I can just play without thinking, and that my go-to game for that is Rocket League.
Oh yeah.
But next week, right? I have
happens next week.
Phantom Liberty for Cyberpunk.
Oh yeah. I know.
And they dropped the 2.0 patch today. So
I am gonna get a Cyberpunk. I've not played it yet, so I am gonna get Cyberpunk.
This looks like a fantastic time if you haven't played it to get into it. They revamped the perks, revamped the skills. I haven't touched it yet. I'm still trying to decide if I'm just gonna start over from scratch yet again, or try to figure things out. Because if you go into because I did every ending. The only things that I didn't do was all the romances because Judy's my girl. Period. No ifs, ands, or buts. Sorry. Pan Am's got a smoking hot ass, but Judy's my girl. I think her story is just tragic. I think her story is well written. It's the best one out of all of them that I experienced. It's a very
Yeah.
tragic story,
And
and
I
all
just need to cut you out a little bit, Kilted, if that's fine. I just see one of our biggest good friends is here. Ruben Christopher Hines is in the chat. I'm gonna get to everyone else later. I have to prioritize Ruben. Hale, I'm starting to heal a bit faster. I'm really happy to hear that you're healing a lot better, man. I think about you a lot, brother, and I miss having you on. And like I always say, you're always welcomed to join our streams and stuff like that. But
Mm.
focus on getting better, brother. Sorry, I've been away for a bit. The pain has made me very exhausted each day. I understand that really much, my brother. Each day, my recovery is improving slowly, yet progress. Yes, I'm happy that you're healing, brother. It's good to see you in the chat, Mister Bro.
nice meeting you. Whatever's going on, I hope everything definitely goes
Yeah.
well.
Yep.
Yay! Um,
Mm.
But yeah, continue.
MK1 Frostfang. No, I've heard
No,
enough
fuck
about that.
no.
I've
I
heard.
hate it so
I've.
so much. I
I
fucking
saw.
hate it.
I saw something
They
somebody
changed
posted.
every fucking thing with the fucking lore. Nothing
Oh,
make
fine.
fucking
Who's
sense. The
interrupting who
graphics.
now? I see how you want to be.
Yeah. Man, it's MK1, bro.
No,
It's
I
MK1.
heard enough about the game. Like, I don't know if it was the gameplay, but it was the story beats, and yeah, I immediately
Mhm.
thought of you. And it's like, oh,
Yep.
but also Cyberpunk. Yeah, they fixed a lot of it. They revamped a lot. One of the main things that I heard, they fixed the police system, the wanted system, to where it's progressive, and instead of police showing up right up your butt, they show up in cop cars and squad cars, and you can get to the point where Max Tech and Militech show up
Yeah.
to take care of you. The military, essentially the military
Okay.
police. So yeah, I'm very excited to see what changes they have going on with that.
Yeah, no, I get that.
And of course, Idris Elba, Idris Elba is in the expansion. So yeah,
Yeah,
gotta
that's
have it.
true. Yeah.
Gotta have it.
Yeah.
That's
Now I
that's a sexy
understand
black
that.
man.
Yeah, no, I
Fantastic
am
actor. Very excited to see what his role is
yeah.
going to be.
No, I'm really excited to actually try Cyberpunk. I never got into it in the first place, but after some time, because we had all the issues in the start and all that, so I was like, I ain't gonna buy it before it's like on sale or something. But
I
I
own
just
it.
been waiting for a
I own
long.
it on every system, every
But I
single
was just like,
system.
I just waited for a
Hmm.
long time, and now I
Yeah.
feel like, you know what? It looks like things have been fixed a lot, and it looks really great now. So I want to buy it, play through it, and of course, if I'm gonna buy it, I'm gonna buy the full package with the expansion and everything
Yeah.
to get it all.
I'm gonna play it. I'm probably gonna play it a good bit this weekend. Check out the 2.0 patch, see what kind of fixes and changes. Because I owned it on PS4 Pro day one. The fucking game was absolutely beautiful. The story was fantastic, and it crashed like clockwork every 2 hours,
Yeah.
straight to blue screen every 2 hours. And I
Yeah.
still put 600 hours into the damn thing.
Yeah.
That's how much I enjoyed the gameplay and the story and
Mm.
the exploration and the city and
Yeah.
just driving around. Like, there are fast travel points I can probably count on one hand, maximum two, in that six, probably almost 700 by now on across all systems. The number of times I used fast travel,
Yep.
maybe five, six, seven times
Yeah.
out of that many hours, because just getting on the motorcycle, because the motorcycle that my favorite motorcycle is the one that's styled after Tetsuo's motorcycle,
Yeah. Yeah.
or Kaneda. God damn it, Tetsuo was the kid, the young
Yeah.
Tetsuo was the younger kid.
Yeah. I know what you mean, man.
Kaneda, yeah, Kaneda's motorcycle, and absolutely loved it. Even took a screenshot of the iconic him walking up to the motorcycle, because I'm a nerd and I'm cheesy. So
Yep.
yeah, I look forward to seeing the changes and what they did with it.
Mm.
Yep. No. No. I understand that, man. I'm excited myself.
But yes, Frostfang, there's no denying. I have never once denied the complete and total shit show dumpster fire that the release was. I've never tried to defend that.
No, that
It,
was a
it was
fucking
fucking,
heavy
oh
bad
God.
release.
I mean, yeah. So I totally understand why people like, walked away and have no intention of coming back. I get it. I understand it. You know, I still, people walked away from Hello Games and No Man's Sky and refused to go back because, I don't know, because you're missing out on a fantastic world, universe, and exploration game. But,
Yep.
anyway.
No, no, I'm excited to play it. I'm really excited to see what the story has to bring because
Mm.
I don't watch, you know, gaming streams as much, especially when it comes to games I like
Mm.
IPs I like, because then I don't want to spoil the whole story for me in certain games that I really want to play. So with Cyberpunk, I have not watched. I've watched certain gameplays. That's it, but I haven't looked at the whole story overall.
Edge Runner was great. The series,
Uh,
the cartoon,
oh, the
the anime.
series, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah, the
loved it.
series. Not watched. I think I watched like one episode. I don't
Mm.
remember,
It's
but
it's
I
it's
am.
pretty good.
Yeah, I am actually gonna try. It's on my list. It's on my list. I just heard that some people didn't like the animation as much. Um, that's all I know. I know some people didn't like the story as much either, but I'm gonna give it a chance. Because for me it looks really interesting.
Give it a
Um,
chance. I won't tell you anything.
Mm.
no, no, no. So I'm gonna give it a chance at least. So it looks interesting. It's on my list of a lot of things I'm gonna watch. How many episodes are there on Edge Runners?
I should still have it.
I really wonder how many episodes there are. You watched it, so you need to remember, bro.
10 episodes.
Okay. Well, that's not bad.
Mm.
It's 10 25-minute episodes. Last episode is 28 minutes. And it's just there's kind of something you can watch before that. It's a YouTube video. It's a music video that it's not, no, it's not Never Fade Away. Well, although Never Fade Away is a fantastic I love that the
Mm.
what's her name's version of it. Elon Musk's baby mama. The fuck is her name? Whatever her name is.
I don't remember.
Okay, so for Edge Runners, the name of the song is "Let You Down." It is the animation from Edge
Mhm.
Runners, and it happens. It's kind of a lead up into Edge Runners. So it's a 5 minute. It's a five, and it's music. It's totally music.
Yeah,
But yeah, it takes place before Edge Runners starts.
yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah, that's cool.
yes, Grimes. It
Rhymes,
tells
yeah,
a little
yeah, yeah,
story.
right.
Just tells a little story. But yeah,
Yeah,
and see,
no, that makes sense,
now
man.
I'm thinking about the different endings with "Never Fade Away" and Grimes singing it in the closing credits of Cyberpunk, and just the
Yeah.
different endings. What
Yeah, I'm
I
excited to see the different endings, man.
the ending that really hit me. So I tried to do as many of the side quests and just explore everywhere, interact with all the characters. And one of the endings is you decide to check out all on your own.
Yeah,
Just, you Minecraft yourself.
yeah,
And if you've ever seen any of the endings for Cyberpunk, what they do is while the end credits are playing, it shows you video messages from all the people you interacted with in a meaningful manner. And with that particular ending, I actually have it on my channel. I recorded it. It was the most difficult thing for me to go through, especially considering the number of times I
yeah.
had to go through it, and just I didn't do any editing. It's just this is just from beginning to end. For me, the message I got for it, I think CD Projekt Red, the writers, the voice actors, everyone involved in that particular ending did such a fantastic excuse me.
No problem.
They did such a fantastic job with what I think was the different emotions that people go through when a loved one goes down that path.
Yep.
And the idea that this is probably the closest thing you'll ever see to, like, if you have that, if you excuse me, if you ever get that feeling of nobody's going to care if I check out, well, we all know that's
Yeah.
not true.
Yeah.
And I think with that ending, it gives you a decent enough idea to show the difficulties that everyone goes through when you're gone, and how much you can be loved, and how much you can just, you need to stick around no matter what. Find a reason. Anyway,
Yeah, no,
and
man.
yeah, it's just a fantastic thing.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No,
Did I
man.
piss
It's good
mathematics
to geek
off?
out about something you like,
Um,
dude, and I
yeah,
appreciate it, dude.
it's a very emotional thing for me. I've never had to go through that, and I'll just leave it at that. But it's a powerful thing for me. It's a very emotional situation for me. Did Prismatics fall asleep, or did I say something?
No, he probably had some technical issues that happen
Okay.
sometimes.
I hope it
T
wasn't. I hope it wasn't the subject matter. I'm sorry.
But we do have a guest here who I'm a good friend with, Mr. Ironcaster. Hail, brother.
Hello, sir.
Hello,
Hello,
hello.
man. How are you, man?
Just finished up watching the latest Kamen Rider, but that's that's it.
Nice. Nice, brother. How was it?
As far as series finales go, that was pretty good for Geats.
Okay.
What was it?
Kamen Rider.
Yeah, one of the Japanese tokusatsus.
I have no idea what that is.
Power Rangers.
In a way.
Put it in the chat. I want to write it down. I like new shit.
Yeah,
I like things that I haven't.
You're gonna love it, man. Kamen Rider is really good. I actually have that the movie Ironcaster. You watched, you reviewed it a little bit with the Kamen
that's
Rider.
right.
I've not seen that you were on the cinema with. I've not seen it yet, but it's on my list. I'm gonna watch it this weekend.
Yeah, that was a fun movie.
Add that to my list.
So I should point out that series doesn't, as far as I know, doesn't technically have any sort of international release. So you have to kind of dig a little.
And if you need help, Kilted, I can help you, or you can just contact Ironcaster and he will help you.
Okay.
Although, if you do want to check out some of that stuff, like it's just like I believe the Shin Kamen Rider, the movie Jace was mentioning, was available on Amazon Prime.
It is, and I think in America, not in Norway, but I think it was in America, if I don't remember wrong with that movie.
Okay,
was
I think I would get this toy first and foremost. Okay, that's cool. I like that look.
They put out a movie. That movie this year, and honestly, it was like one of the best movies I saw all year.
Yeah, better than MCU.
That's a really low bar.
Oh, yeah.
When people sit there and go, "Oh, it's better than this than Disney Star Wars. It's better than Disney Marvel." It's like better than She-Hulk. It's like, that's a really low bar. You need something better than that.
Well, but it is good. Like I really like it. I like Kamen Rider. I think it's the stories are really fun though.
Denis Villeneuve's Dune. Put it next,
Well, I mean, so the what's kind of nice is it's just kind of fun superhero stuff that they'll go for, like, they'll typically have like a good 50 episode run, and then that series will end, and then they'll just start back up with like a whole new show, a whole new theme altogether. Yeah. Where then you go from like, this year's going to be like, oh, super technology and cool stuff, and then next year, yeah, we have magic rings.
Yep. That's what I like with it, it's always a different story and always new characters that you can like get to know and enjoy and stuff.
And then also, if there's like a series, if you don't like the concept for a season, you maybe just skip it for a year and come back and see what the next one's like, or come back in about 6 months, because they go for, like I said, about 50 episodes, so they run for a full year.
Yep, they do. They really do, and the same thing with Super Sentai, the real Power Rangers.
which is crazy. Did you happen to catch that story where Hasbro or Saban was talking about trying to get away from the
That is
Tokusatsu series?
actually on some of the topics that I was thinking
Oh,
about for today. So since you popped in, dude, we can actually just talk about it. I just need to find the article again because my program fucked up today, unfortunately.
I'd heard something. I heard that was being talked about. Some of the channels that I follow.
Yep. So let's just get right into it. I just want to again say hail to the chat. I see you guys are talking, so that I haven't looked at this chat at this moment. But hail
what
to
up,
all of
Jack?
you. So yeah, just let's get into it. There we go. Hopefully it works because StreamYard have had issues lately. So I hope it works. Hope everybody can see it.
Looks good.
See it on my end.
So, Power Ranger executive producer Simon Bennett believes that to reach a large mainstream audience, the franchise has to move away from its Tokusatsu roots. But that is kind of what they are doing a little bit with the new season. They're doing now. These new suits are based on the recent Power Ranger they had, but they changed it up to do original content for fight scenes and other scenes.
All right. So typically, what happens with this series, they'll take the suit footage from the Super Sentai series, and then we'll import that, bring that to the US for. I think they actually have worldwide release, and they'll go and create a new show because, well, if they're wearing helmets, you can have them say whatever you want, and then that's of course how we kind of famously got the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, which is like a completely different show in Japan. So, for example, they'll they wouldn't made it all about like teenagers with attitude and then had a big giant narrative going over multiple seasons with the same group of actors, when in fact the Japanese suit footage was all from like effectively 2 or 3 separate shows altogether.
I think it's not the smartest idea because it's with the whole concept and everything. If it wasn't for Super Sentai, Power Ranger would never been a thing.
Yeah, and that's the fundamental thing, is that Power Rangers is ultimately a niche thing about guys in about heroes in spandex fighting rubber suit monsters. And if that's what they want to get away from, ultimately, the problem is you're getting away from sort of the heart of the very concept.
You're going away from the heart.
Yeah, and effectively, you're trying to chase what made it work as a niche property in order to try to fit a different mold of a more mainstream idea, which as a result winds up changing it fundamentally, and it becomes different than what it was before.
But it's like what this Simon dude is saying, that to reach a large mainstream audience, he thinks that they have to move away. And I don't agree with that completely, because it has reached a lot fucking audience to the mainstream either way. Since we were kids too, we became really popular. It's one of the biggest things with when we were kids. It was one of the biggest things. It's a lot of good heroes there that we grew up loving and watching and cared about. So I don't understand what he's trying to get with this, with the whole, we need to reach the large mainstream audience. You can still use Super Sentai footage and still reach the mainstream audience.
So I kind of am of this mind that it's like I am off watching the Super Sentai now, so I don't even watch the Power Rangers as it is. So yeah, there's this argument to be made there that, well, I have my thing and I can sit over here and watch this. But I'm kind of concerned about sort of the history of this whole thing. Ultimately, it's like, you're just going to go and do this big major fundamental change. It's like, no, like, this is a show that was really aimed at like kids, in all honesty. Kids going into teenagers. Kids love just rubber suit monsters. Just show that.
The other reasons they did it too was to sell toys at the same time.
And that's the genius of it. Like they already have the toy molds already made. They just import them from Japan. In fact, I think now Hasbro in part helps pay for the funding for the Super Sentai stuff to then offset for when they turn on and do their stuff, it becomes that much cheaper. So it's like why are you trying to get away from this if it's gonna make it more expensive for you?
In the latest example of Hollywood inability to understand just why fans Unshamed to ironically enjoy their favorite franchises, Power Rangers executive producer Simon Bennett recently shared his belief that in order for the franchise to reach a large mainstream audience, it must move away from the roots. Bennett, who first served as a director for the Ninja Steel, Super Ninja Steel, and Beast Morphers, did you ever watch those, Ironcaster? Or
no, those were series that came long after I had quit. After I had to go watch. I think I was out with Lightspeed Rescue was the last one I watched.
You're not missing much. Ninja Steel was just forgotten. Beast Morphers is not talked about. And then you have the whole Dino Fury thing that they're doing right now. That's what they're continuing with now, but they just call it Cosmic Fury. And this is what happened when they decided to fix the outfits. This is not from Super Sentai. This is their original. They just used the masks basically and recreated the suits.
And it's a shame because the original suits that series had were actually really good looking suits.
I really enjoyed those suits. The Super Sentai show was a lot better. I enjoyed that a lot more. I haven't finished it, but I watched some episodes and it's so much better. With the Dino Fury they did it. That was really heavily aimed to the mainstream audience, really heavily too. And it just didn't catch up. It didn't do well in my opinion.
One of the things that does kind of bother me a little bit with sort of the American Power Rangers is, although it's kind of beneficial ultimately to having got the franchise to where it's at, it's this sort of obsession and refusal to let go of the earlier series. Like we are still talking about the Mighty Morphin era as though that is all there ever was with Power Rangers. Like that's the only thing that ever matters. When it's like now, kind of checking out more of the Sentai stuff, it's like, well, there's all these other series. They just kind of kept going. They kept doing stuff. There's some good series, some bad series in there, but they're able to just do their own stuff without having to be so restricted and bound to 20 seasons, 20 years of little bits of lore being built up. We can just kind of do something different. Like this year we'll have like a kind of vaguely like insect themed like emperors, which is pretty cool with King Osier. This is what made the series work for so long. Do you really want to go messing with
you want to go away from what made it popular?
I'm not saying it can't work, but I'm just doubtful.
And we can see what happens when you really go away from source material, for example, and an IPs, what will happen. We can take like Disney Star Wars, for example. That's an example. And a lot of other stuff. You can see what that might happen. They will deviate from what made the IP popular, that what made everything in the franchise, so lovable, so fun for everybody.
Yeah, I can understand needing to adapt and I guess grow with the times, but at the same time, how far away do you want to? I mean, I guess that's the argument a lot of us have. Again, we can use Star Wars as an example. People telling us you're just upset that Star Wars didn't grow with you. It's like, well, always look for the happy medium where something can continue moving forward, still have the same feel of what we grew up and what we loved, introduce that to our children, to newer generations, have something to talk about, because you always want to bring more fans into it, because without the new fans, well, eventually the show's going to go away because you're not going to get any new viewers in. So how far away from the source, from the original, do you go to try and make new stories to bring in new fans while still making something that the older fans, the diehard fans, are going to enjoy? I think that's a struggle that a lot of these studios have. Or I'm just talking out of my ass. I don't know.
Well, I mean, that's kind of one of the things that sort of the Sentai allows where they could just go into a new season and they have free reign to kind of do what they want, which is kind of is a change they ought to consider with Power Rangers and kind of get away from a lot of what they've been trying to build into a franchise with like the Morphin Grid and like certain franchises have to be like the top ones we keep going back to. I mean, which isn't to say they can't like have older actors come back, but it's really ultimately the suit footage. If you're going to bring back old characters, bring them back in the suits and have them all just team up for a big giant fight. That's ultimately all they have to do.
I don't like the idea that just because something is made for children that it has to be childish. The cartoons I grew up had messages. They had lessons that were not. I don't want to use the word mature, but the cartoons that came out
complex, maybe.
That might be a good word. They had mature themes, but they were still cartoons. Stop treating kids as stupid.
Yeah, and I just want to say this, and for everyone who's seen Power Rangers before RPM, for example, I don't know how much Power Ranger you have seen, but
I am uneducated on this one. That's why I've been listening mostly.
Yeah, no problem.
I want to hear it.
So this goes to you, Ironcaster, mostly.
And that's why I have a tab open with Kamen Rider Geats on YouTube, as well as I have 3 tabs open right now.
You're gonna go in a rabbit hole, man.
Ultraman, you see what Super Sentai, and Kamen Rider on
Ironcaster. You see what we did?
Yeah,
we messed him up, and he has a big list from before, bro.
Oh my goodness!
But I mean, look with the state of Hollywood right now, with all the shutdowns. Like, is it really bad to be getting a bunch of like individual little series? I mean, what's kind of nice though is you can kind of look at any of the series and be like, I like the look of this. I like the look of this suit here. I'm gonna watch this one and check this one out.
Yeah, that's how I am. That's how I always been with Kamen Rider and Super Sentai. That I like the suits. This looks interesting, and then I just I look a little bit on YouTube of a trailer or some clips, and I'm just like, you know what? I like this. I want to go in and watch the show. And
the King Oger suits, those look okay. It's like, okay, those suits look cool. I'm probably gonna check those out.
Hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe people like where it's going, but I switched over to just going straight to the source, straight to the Tokusatsu stuff,
to the IP itself, where it comes from.
Yeah, I'm like, give me the Super Sentai. The Tokusatsu is fine. Like, there's some fun ideas stuff in there. Like, I gotta admit, I did like the Boom comic. That's a pretty good comic.
Yeah, some of those comics are good. And Damon continued with, personally, I turned my head to Super Sentai and Kamen Rider past like current. It's because they're more what I search, the mature approach. I think a license like that should have to share its vision and messages to kids, but that's my opinion. And I can agree with that.
Like, for example, the Super Sentai does tend to be more geared at kids. And then the Kamen Rider, on the other hand, winds up having that more kind of teenage approach. I mean, he's a motorcycle riding superhero. And, they should kind of have that place and kind of revel in and be in it. Yep. It doesn't have to try to be the next Marvel.
Nope. And I'm happy that when it comes to more of the modern Power Rangers series that have come out lately, they have tried to be more Marvel-ish with things, in my opinion, after what I've seen. I checked out the Dino Fury, and it felt more like an MCU thing. It kind of like they really did deviate themselves from what Power Rangers are. That is a big problem. I don't think they should do that. I also think that Beast Morphers, when I checked that out, I had a little bit too much feeling. I had not too much, but it was a little feeling that they were trying to approach more of a Marvel type vibe into the show. So Simon talked back. He did write back. Super Sentai and Kamen Rider are fantastically imaginative and brilliantly successful. I love them, but I also adore Studio Ghibli films. However, what has Studio Ghibli with this?
I'm waiting for the big hairy butt.
Yeah, and then we have Mike Pacific. Hail, brother.
Hail, Jace. Thank you for the invite, brother.
Of course, man. And no, we're talking
Hello.
about Power Rangers right now. If they're with the maybe deviating from the IP itself, Super Sentai.
I don't think they should. I honestly
Yeah.
don't. They're synonymous with one another. I think it's going to hurt the franchise if they end up going in that direction.
I don't think it is a good idea. I don't know how that's gonna go because you're deviating yourself from what made Power Rangers popular.
And to say that it's not part of pop culture, that'd be an insult to Power Rangers because it is. It is part
Yep.
of the mainstream even today.
No, and I agree with that because again, a lot of people, kids and grown-ups, still loves Power Rangers and for everything they have done. And again, like I said, you have so mature stories with the characters, and you have the kid stories around them and all the goofiness and funniness. You have the mixture of it all in the series.
Mhm.
So I don't see the point of deviating yourself from what made it all popular. I just don't see it.
If you're going to break away from the source material that much, do you really deserve to continue using the name? And that's what the kind of the point that you're trying to get to, and I agree with that.
Yeah. Yeah. Then just make something original instead, change names, do something new, do something
Yeah, I
else.
mean, if you're going to use the IP, just use the IP and stick with the same themes. Don't try to break away from it too far. It's an easy concept. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
But I don't understand why he did bring up Studio Ghibli films. Like, yeah, they're good, but that has nothing to do with Power Rangers or Kamen Rider or Super Sentai. But however, some aspects of these properties are very specifically Japanese in their sensibilities and will therefore be a niche appeal in the US.
I don't know. Studio Ghibli's pretty popular over here.
It's here in Norway too. I know Studio Ghibli is one of the big ones, big names.
Fantastic story. The animation is superb. The writing,
and you can get the original language. You can get the Japanese language. You can get the dub versions, and it's really big. So you don't need to. No, I don't agree with it. What about you, Mike and Iron? Do you agree with his take right there?
I think it's a bad take.
They need to more or less hit the quote unquote reset button on the franchise and step away from the attempt at making this big multiverse of like Power Rangers. Like they kind of are. There's always under the weight of having this sort of big franchise with the monumental success of those early seasons. But the problem is you got to realize what you're working with. You got to kind of play within that sandbox.
And I agree with Frostfang right here. We need to step away from the multiverses, and I fucking agree. I'm tired of multiverses and every little single IP that we do have. They overused it. I don't mind a multiverse in stories, but when you're overused it and you can't establish how they're supposed to be, DC, Marvel are there. You can take it as an example. And there was nothing like it in Western TV land, maintaining the scale of it. Its success after the newness wore off was always going to be challenged.
Sold lots and lots of toys.
Yep, it did sell a lot of toys, man. A lot of kids and grown-ups have bought the fucking toys for many, many years. I've never seen a problem at all what they've done, other than the new Power Ranger series are not been that great.
When you could go into a Kmart, a Target, a Walmart back when Power Rangers came out, and the shelves were either full of Power Rangers toys as soon as they got them out from the back, or the shelves were empty because people would swarm in and buy them on Sundays when the sales came out. It's like, okay, Power Rangers toys are on sale. Everybody was there. Same happened with Ninja Turtles.
Yep. So he continued with, I think part of Hasbro's goal to move Power Ranger to be fully original is to reduce aspects of Super Sentai style and design, which may be challenging for US kids. The superheroes in spandex fighting rubber monster suits trope is hard to sell to an audience brought up
No,
in Marvel and Star Wars. He kicked
no, no,
Star
no,
Wars.
no.
Wrong. Absolutely wrong.
There we have
It's
it.
worked for the last 30 years.
Okay,
So he's
kids
compared.
love dinosaurs. What the fuck is he actually saying here? No,
Popular characters in Transformers for G1 were the Dinobots. Why?
Yep.
Because they were dinosaurs. What were the most popular iteration of Power Rangers? The original. Why? Dinosaurs.
one of the most popular movies of the last couple of years is Jurassic World because fucking dinosaurs. They still
Yep.
have Jurassic World toys in stores.
Yep. So his point of view here, I have to say,
What-
is stupid. I don't think he understands, and
Like, I was willing to
but
be
he
nice
is
up
wrong.
now, but when he's like, "No, kids don't understand like dinosaurs and like spandex," it's like, dude, what the fuck are you talking
I have a
about?
closet.
They're already superheroes. It is.
Yep.
I have 20. I have two. My son has two 25-gallon crates, and then some. I probably have enough to fill like 3 or 4 of just dinosaurs, and then he still wants dinosaurs, and I'm talking like the colossal.
Yep.
I have 4 of those goddamn things. The colossal dinosaurs from the Jurassic World, Jurassic Park.
Oh, but
And
and
again,
that's even better. That's even better. Power Rangers works there because you can have like dinosaurs transforming into robots that
he's
combine.
Yep. You
He's
can have
looking at that
cars
stuff too, believe
transforming.
me.
You cars, dinosaurs. A lot of kids like cars and vehicles too. You have everything that a kid loves, and
And
Power
the
Rangers have
best
done well for
Anything
30 years.
anything and everything involving monsters and robots or a
Yep.
combination thereof, my son wants it. And
Oh, then
um,
you are
I
gonna be right up.
desperately
You're gonna be like you're gonna be fucking balls deep in Tokusatsu because that is like all it is. Like, yeah, we made like a
Yep.
bunch of giant bug monster like men. Like, yeah, they're cool looking monster men. We could like make toys of these
Yep.
and we could sell them. And
Okay,
they sell
into
for
it too.
crap ton.
Yes, and I
You
just
just
want to
gotta
say that with his statement right here, I feel it does feel like they're trying to go more of a Marvel approach on it.
Stop trying to live off the tales of Star Wars and Marvel and let Power
Yeah.
Rangers do what it's done.
Let Power Rangers be Power Rangers. I will still say you can do Power Rangers with the footage from Super Sentai and still make an original story. That's what they've been doing for 30 fucking years, right?
That's what Haim Saban was doing when he first came up with the idea of using the
Yep.
footage from Super Sentai.
Yeah, I think everyone. It seems like everyone's just kind of afraid that they want to like try to Marvelize Power Rangers.
Or, heaven
Yep.
forbid, modernize it.
Modernize it for the modern audience. They started doing that with especially with Dino Fury. They really did it heavily in that show. And they tried to find all the checkboxes and all that kind of stuff at the same time.
Updated for modern audiences.
Yep, for modern audiences.
Sorry, it's terrible.
So this is Dustin Phillips. I hope so. My big concern is that it's going to try to veer too far away from the franchise. Yes, that's what I'm really afraid of, because I am afraid they're gonna go full Marvel with this if they separate themselves from Super Sentai. And again, you can make a fucking original story by using the footage. You've done it for fucking 30 years. In a misguided attempt to try to make Power Ranger the new MCU or a big nerd franchise in general. Okay. And then
It's already there, though. It's already there.
It's
They have
already
a Power
there.
Rangers convention each and every year.
Yep. Have you seen those convention, guys? It's a big convention. There is still a big audience for Power Rangers.
It's always a challenge because you do have the classic actors around, or you have the classic fans who are always around, but you still have to try to build up to the new stuff and get new fans in. It's always it's a bit of a challenge they have to try to work with. And I think they're sort of doing this enough and are ultimately spurning the classic fans.
He really goes with Twitter here, man. He really likes to debate on Twitter. Yeah, this is the problem with a lot of these directors and producers and stuff like that. They like to debate people on fucking Twitter. It's Twitter, bro. Why can't you just shut the fuck up and do your job? Don't don't fight your audience like that. Just
That's
listen.
the problem with modern executive producers and creatives in Hollywood. They don't want to shut up. They want to put down the old fans. They think that the younger audience is going to stand there and buy the product. And they don't care about the
Yep.
product. Look at what's happened to Marvel. Look at what's happened to Star Wars, Star Trek, Doctor Who. The
Yep.
same thing is going to happen to Power Rangers.
Yep. It was just a matter of time, if you think about that way. It's just a matter of time before they did this with Power Rangers. And again, like I said, Dino Fury is the best example of it. And then you have the Cosmic Fury that continues the story. Those are the perfect examples for that. And Ironcaster, me and you, we have read the comics. I don't know if Mike has read
No,
the
I
Power
haven't.
Ranger comics.
Oh, it's been fantastic. Like those comics were making booms like a bigger comic brand than they had been before. Like that really put them on the map.
So he continued with saying, I think this is only my opinion that reach a large mainstream audience. Again, there is a large new generation, an old generation audience for Power Rangers. The franchise has to move away from its roots. It's this that has kept Power Ranger niche for so long with the US audience. It needs to do this in a way that's fresh and
You
compelling.
don't do it. You don't take it away from what it is.
Then you're removing the heart and the core
Mhm.
from Power Rangers. And I know, Ironcaster, you love this guy, right? You want to be his friend.
Oh yeah. I want to hang out with him. We want to have a big long discussion, and something very civil.
Yep. And he continues with amazing. Gotta love Twitter. Other mass pile on as people choose to misread responsibly in conscious comments and attack the poster. This really is like a digital Deadwood. And now he's complaining that people actually talk back to him. That people are actually critical. And now he's complaining about it.
Welcome to the 21st century.
Do you
Welcome
expect
to
that
the
everyone
internet.
is gonna agree with you? Do you expect like everyone's like, oh yeah, you have a point. Yeah, that's cool. Blah, blah, blah. No, people are gonna respond. Even if it's streams or it's on Twitter, on Facebook, where the fuck you want to post it, people will respond. Especially when you have worked in the IP, people will especially respond to that. And this person right here said, you shouldn't be directing to the franchise if you hate and you inability to take any criticism. I don't hate. Okay, you say you don't hate, but it kind of sounds like you do. And you complain that people are attacking you. I admire it greatly. My comment was for Power Rangers to find mass audience success in the US again. It never left.
That superhero niche got taken over by Marvel, and
Marvel,
that's
yes.
the ultimate problem is that he's got to deal with is that Marvel's was there and just became the dominant force. And he has to, and it sounds like he wants to go. I think everyone's kind of afraid you're going to go the Marvel route. You're trying to make this more like Marvel, and like
that's what he's kind of indicating in a way, though. You put out a comment and get mad it didn't get well responded. Yes. Civil discussion out back behind the bar in the alleyway.
To be totally civil, don't worry. Everyone's going to be leaving. Just no one's getting hurt.
When you remove the hearts, you remove the soul of the show, then it ain't the same show anymore. It ain't that show anymore. It really isn't.
Like I in a way, I am kind of in a similar boat with him, where I think there should be it seems like there should be a change with the series. I just don't think he's going the right direction.
Because I feel if he gets what he wants, I have a feeling it might turn into trying to copy Marvel and the old success Marvel had. I'm not gonna say they're successful now because they're not, but back in the day they were more successful, and it just feels like that's the route he wants to go. That's how it feels like the way he talks about it, and I just want Power Rangers to be Power Rangers, and keep to the source material of what Power Rangers are. Um, and not make it into a clusterfuck like Marvel is or DC overall.
The original Sentai footage will be totally fine to go to. That's well worth a watch, and just kind of go watch some of that because there is a lot to enjoy. I'm just gonna say that this most recent Kamen Rider series, Kamen Rider Geats, has been freaking amazing. This, I think, is my new favorite series.
I'm gonna check it out, brother. And before you go, please fucking promote yourself, brother.
Why, hello, friends. This is Ironcaster here, and I'll be on tomorrow with 32 Flavors of Nickwiser for the Friday Night Comic Shop Talk, where we will be having on. As I pull this up real quick, we will be having on the comic shop stream the inker, or not the inker, the letterer from the recent Rippaverse book Isom 2.
Oh, yeah,
Eric
I'm
Weathers.
getting mine soon. I hope I'm getting mine soon. I hope soon.
He'll be on. What's up?
I still haven't read it. I mean,
I've got my copy here. I've
got my copy. I've got the shirt. I got the post. I still haven't read the second one yet. I'm
Lazy.
Yes, I'm lazy. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna read it. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna read it this weekend. I'm gonna get my video out Monday. Okay.
Yep. He's also worked with Ethan Van Sciver on his recent Cyberfrog books. He's worked with, I think, some of the other guys like John Malin, and he's got a nice little list of little Comicsgate indie books that he's been working on, and it's a chance to sit down and kind of talk with him, and because I don't know, lettering is a side of the comics I don't really get a chance to talk about, and that's been that would be a chance to learn a little bit more for myself.
What's your channel?
My channel is Ironcaster. I need to do more with it, so
you need to do more with that, man. Hey, man, let's do, I do miss, when we did go through shows and stuff like that, man. Dude, if you ever want to do that again and movies, hit me up, man.
Yeah, I think I'm at, what, 480?
If it's the one, the sunglasses and the bandana.
That's me. Oh, okay. 450.
454 as of just now.
Thank you.
Right.
Yep.
Yay.
But it was fun having you on, man. It's always fun to have you on, and I hope I will see more of you, man.
Yeah. Give me 1 second here. So I grab something.
Okay. You're going to show your back hair? Did you think I forgot that? And people, we are going to get Ironcaster a crop top at some point.
Hang on. Just...
He's going to show off something. He's going to show off something. I'm scared. I am scared. Do we have to censor this? Do we have to censor him?
I put the link to his channel in the chat. Y'all go sub.
So everybody who is our new audience, and if you haven't heard about Ironcaster before, please and go to subscribe to this handsome motherfucker with this big beard.
Okay,
that's the
one. That's the one I saw when I was looking. It's like, okay, that's
so good.
That is cool.
That is so cool.
Like, if anything else, the big kid in me just kind of went, "Gimme! I want it! I want it!"
Yeah,
what my son does to me every day. Can we get this? What about this Godzilla? It's 30 inches tall. We can get that one, right?
Hey, you have to be careful, bro.
Of course, though, if the figure arts aren't your speed, go for Amigo. Or you can go for these. If I can reach it over.
Who's that?
He's gonna show off.
What's that in the back on the shelf?
A Transformer, I think.
Oh, that's
Devastator.
Yes. Oh, my dude
would
be so jealous.
Even like really basic action figures that just have like 2 or 3 points of articulation.
But it looks good. It does look good.
Oh my god, right? It's like the Dark Judge Batman.
Oh, I love that suit, man. It's so good. Where did you get it, on Amazon or?
Oh, I went to like a little comic convention. They got a guy there selling for like $5.
Oh wow.
Nice.
It was like
I'm
a
still-
big old bin of them because these are like the toys straight out of Japan.
I'm still
Yep.
digging the Devastator in the back. Mhm.
And he's up there.
Yep.
We like big robots. We like some cool like superheroes.
Yep.
We like our heroes.
Yes.
Oof.
And like
I need to be careful with my money, Ironcaster. I need to be careful, right? I can't
I-
buy everything that I want all the time, but you're tasting me with these figures, man.
yeah, he's like $50. So he's
Oh.
reasonable.
Oh, this time next year, I'm going to be making a channel for all the like 80s, 90s Gen X toys and stuff, all the shit that
Yep.
I grew up with. I'm going to be
Yep.
like just picking up stuff here and there and just unboxing them on the channel, just having some good old time. All the old stuff that I grew up with that I just want my hands on again.
And then you'll be having a shelf for all the new toys you're like getting into.
Oh yeah.
Yep. But again, people, go and
You'll be
follow
sitting next to the Lego
Ironcaster,
model.
and let's try to make him do more videos and streams again there. I do miss his streams and videos. And Ironcaster, before you go, Hunty said, Ironcaster, the ultimate tease.
Wait.
Teasing the toys. I can't do that again. I grew my hair halfway down my back twice. It took 3 years each time. Now I'm just fucking done with it.
Look at him. Now it's retro rock out.
I don't have the patience anymore to do that. I really don't.
No, I get that. But since we are actually talking about figures, and before we do that, do you guys have any final thoughts about Simon Bennett and his view on what they should do?
Stop
with Power
arguing with your fans.
Yeah, stop
Stop
being
telling
your
you-
typical
stop-
Hollywood bobblehead.
Stop telling the fans they're wrong for criticizing you. Talk to them. See what the pros, the cons. Find out what their criticism is, what their arguments are, and go from there, because they're the ones that are going to support you or just walk away.
Yep. But apparently Ahsoka is more a heir to the Skywalker legacy
See,
than Luke
this
and
is
Leia.
why I need a particular vape, right? This is why I can tolerate this kind of nonsense.
Rey may be the heir to the Skywalker name.
No, she isn't. She's a
She's not.
fucking
She's a
thief.
She
Palpatine.
stole the fucking name.
She's a Palpatine.
No, I'm sure we're just gonna have
Okay.
headcanon from now on that Luke got busy somewhere off on a different distant planet, and he's got a bastard child somewhere.
But Ahsoka has a stronger Skywalker connection than Rey and any of them.
Yeah, we already know what
Mm.
they think, that they believe that
Mm.
she's literally a Skywalker because she floated.
Yes, we went through that because she
Space.
floated in space.
I mean, the only thing she has over Luke and Leia is that she was actually raised by Anakin. Technically, that is the only thing. Other than that, she does not have a claim to that name.
No, she just steals. That's what she does. That's what I made her to be. But Luke Skywalker and Princess Leia are the children of Anakin Skywalker. Yeah. Screen rant. Didn't you know that? Is that a new thing for you guys? That
It
Luke
might
and
be,
Leia
after all, it is Screen Rant.
Yes.
Like the comment on one of my videos, a reach so far, Luffy would be jealous.
Exactly. Rey takes the Skywalker name at the end of Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker.
Steals.
She just claims to be a Skywalker, but she's not. She's a Palpatine. But technically, when you think about it and you actually read some of the comics, when they did the whole cloning thing, wait, they have Luke's hand when they're trying to do the cloning. So I don't know how much you know about this, Hoshi, but or Mike, but the father to Rey is a clone of Palpatine. And he did escape Exegol. He found a woman. They fucked. They have a child called Rey. So Rey's half a clone. But later on in another comic, they kind of teased that, when Palpatine was cloning himself, cloning his bodies and cloning Snoke, they might have injected some Skywalker DNA into the cloning because they have Luke's hand in the
course they
cloning
did.
facility.
I
Yep.
hate Disney Star Wars. I really do.
Yep.
How convenient.
Anakin, former Padawan, and she was only a Padawan. She never became a Jedi. She was never supposed to be a Jedi at all. She could never finish her training, but it's not her case. Ahsoka is obviously mostly defined by her relationship to Anakin Skywalker, and as Hayden Christensen returned as the character in Episode 5 of relationship isn't over just because of Anakin's death, okay? Originally introduced in George Lucas and Dave Filoni's animated The Star Wars The Clone Wars series in 2008, Dave Filoni did a lot more to the Ahsoka and George Lucas ever did. There's proof everywhere on that. And Dave Filoni was not really an apprentice to George Lucas at all. We have articles, not just that, but we have what George Lucas have said and all that kind of stuff when it comes to stuff like this. Dave Filoni just wanted to do what he wanted to do with this character. If George Lucas actually had a will of this Clone Wars series, Ahsoka would have died. But Dave Filoni didn't want Ahsoka to die. But, after Disney also took over, yada, yada, Dave Filoni could do a lot more with the character because she's not dead. Even in Rise of Soy Milker, she's not dead, and that comes from Dave Filoni himself because he has a boner.
Ahsoka will never die.
No,
Ahsoka
'cause
will never die. As
Dave
long as
Filoni has
Dave
a boner.
Filoni has
So
the power to keep her alive, she will be alive.
So I called Kilted earlier today to talk about this. What are the odds that they're gonna make Ahsoka use the room to travel back in time and stop Order 66 from happening and saving Anakin?
They could.
I used
They
air
could.
quote.
I will say this: they
saving
could.
Anakin.
They could with the whole time War Between Worlds, a fucking stupid shit. That's why Ersa went back basically in time to save Ahsoka before she almost died in the hands of Vader. He was in War Between Worlds, and he could see and hear other time periods of this of Star Wars galaxy, and then he saved Ahsoka from her death. So she can do that if they ever want to do that with the show. I doubt it will happen, but they could if they suddenly we want to remake shit. They could have done that. Ahsoka got saved by Ersa. There was no consequence, no butterfly effects or anything. So if you know what I mean with the World Between Worlds there, it is a retarded concept. But Ahsoka's place in Star Wars canon seemed sure to be short-lived since Anakin was never said to have a Padawan in the movies. That's because he never had a Padawan. Go to the real expanded universe before Ahsoka was a thing. He didn't have a Padawan. She never fucking existed at all. That's why you don't hear about her. So they have a really heavy time to explain that in this show. Why she's not mentioned in certain places. That's why I like the Clone Wars from 2003, the micro series from 2003 to 2005. That was a really great one. It was really well done. Anakin was Anakin. Every character was true to their characters, yada yada. However, her story was evidently continued on Star Wars Rebels, revealing she was alive after the events of the original trilogy. Now, with her own live-action show, Ahsoka is still grappling with her past and relationship to Anakin Skywalker, proving she's just as much, if not more, of a Skywalker than anyone else who bears the name.
What?
That's not how it works.
Green Rant. They're gonna make up whatever bullshit they can.
Mike, what about you, brother?
They're grasping at straws.
Hashi, how do you feel about it?
I think they're trying to suck Kathleen Kennedy's non-existing cock to make them feel more important to the movies.
That is what they're doing, though.
Why is this a theme?
Yeah,
they want to impress their boss that says the Force is female by giving them a powerful female Force user, and just to say,
where's our
where's our movie? Where's our important bit in the thing?
And this is as stupid as the article when they said that she's literally a Skywalker when she was flying in space. And no, she was not even in the fucking sky, Screen Rant. She was in space, floating in fucking space. She would be more of a fucking spacewalker than a fucking Skywalker, man. So you're telling me that the son and daughter of Anakin are barely Skywalkers at all. Screen Rant, did you even watch original movies? Have you ever read the Expanded Universe? Do you
Probably not.
Dude, Kathleen Kennedy probably didn't watch the fucking original movies.
According to her, we don't have
too busy getting coffee for George and Steven Spielberg.
Yep. This is a reach again, and no one. It's the Skywalkers who are more Skywalkers than any other Skywalkers because they're fucking Skywalkers.
But it seems really like irresponsible of the Jedi to give a Padawan. I know he just obtained the rank of Jedi Knight when they gave him his own power.
But the problem with the
Padawan.
Clone Wars also is that they changed Anakin to be not Anakin anymore. It was not Anakin in any shape or form in that show. He was a totally different character. But other than that, Luke and Leia never actually knew Anakin or Padme like Ahsoka did. And that doesn't mean that she's more of a Skywalker. She's a Tano.
I mean, at this point, wouldn't Luke be able to talk to his father through the Force? If Luke was the master that he was, or
again, who cares about Luke? Luke should have been in all the situations that are happening right now. He should have been in Ahsoka with a big fucking threat that has happened. No, they don't care about Luke in Disney Star Wars. They don't really care about him at all. That's been proven many, many times. As the children of Anakin Skywalker and Padme, Luke and Leia obviously tied to Anakin by blood. Yes, they are. But they obviously never actually met their mother and only knew their father as Darth Vader. Yeah, and they're still more Skywalkers than Ahsoka. On the other hand, was raised in a Jedi Academy, but the closest thing she ever had to a father figure was her master, Anakin.
It was a brother to her.
She was also close with Padme, yeah, who was the closest adult female in her life during the Clone Wars. And while it was hardly functional family, Anakin, Padme, and Ahsoka were more of a Skywalker family unit than anyone else who bears the name ever had.
Constantly making up a bunch of nonsense, and I've said this before. If you need article after article after article to make a character more important than they actually are, then whatever show that they're actually in is failing. These articles shouldn't be written on speculation and reach and the mental gymnastics. They should just be stuff about things that happened in the shows, in the
when you do think about it in this way, it's that they are trying to make her into something she's not. These people that are, oh, I'm such a big fan of Ahsoka, I'm such a Filoni guy, but you're still coming up with excuses. You don't want Ahsoka to be her own character. You want her to be something else than what she really is. First, you had the whole she was flying in space, so she's literally a Skywalker. And they continue with this, that she is more of a Skywalker than Skywalker family. It's like they don't want her to be her own character. They don't want her to be Ahsoka Tano. It's like they want her to be Ahsoka Skywalker. When you think it that way, that is how it feels like when they write this shit. Ahsoka had more Jedi training from a Skywalker than Luke and Leia and Rey combined. Well, Luke and Leia didn't really get that chance.
He would have if Luke turned to the dark side, but that was
then he would have turned him in the dark side. That's a completely different story.
Yeah, that's another timeline.
You have a What If comic when Darth Vader becomes good, that he actually turns to the light. It's a What If comic and the Infinite comic. I do have it. It's an interesting story, if that happened, actually.
Dude, there's been so many stories about what if Anakin didn't turn and stuff like that. So many stories.
As Anakin's Padawan, Ahsoka was trained as a Jedi by a Skywalker for several years during the Clone Wars. Yep, obviously. Luke and Leia obviously never had any training from him. No, why the fuck do you think that he didn't train them? What the fuck do you think? Rey obviously has an important relationship to the Skywalker family.
No, she doesn't.
She doesn't at all.
No, not. I refuse. Those movies don't exist. I don't believe in those movies. I believe that was a fever dream that lasted over a few 6 or 7 years. I kind of like went in and out of a coma and had a nightmare. It wasn't really a dream. It was more of a nightmare.
When Anakin and Ahsoka met in the world between worlds, in Ahsoka episode 5, he tells her, "Within you will be everything I am, and you are part of a legacy." While she's not connected by blood, Ahsoka is more deserving of the Skywalker name than any other character.
Eat a dick. Eat a
They
dick.
love repeating themselves, don't they?
They do really love repeating themselves, and again,
It sounds like a group of people standing in a circle, saying like, you know that game where like you got to repeat what the person said before you to make sure you get it right. It sounds like they're just
Telephone.
What?
The game's called Telephone.
Oh, that. Yeah, the standard circle, except they're just shaking hands as they say it, like, Ahsoka is a Skywalker. And shake hand, agree. Yes, Ahsoka's a Skywalker, while the other hand is jerking each other off. It's like a massive game of telephone circle jerk. That's what I'm hearing every time I hear the title get reread.
Oh, that's a plague on like all these articles, because the title, the first line, and the title, the tagline, and the first line in the first paragraph pretty much says the same thing, and it's just once you notice it everywhere.
Yep. But I think it's really fucking retarded that these people right here, and again, Disney would probably think a lot of the fucking same way on this one, but it is really retarded that they think that Ahsoka is more deserving of the Skywalker name than the family. And it's like, no, she didn't earn that name. It's not a name you can just take.
I'll put any amount of money.
Imagine the articles that they wrote when Rey came out and says, "Rey Skywalker." How many articles they came out jizzing all over themselves, talking about, "Oh, it's so appropriate this and appropriate that. She deserves to be a Skywalker," and all this other stuff. It's like these articles, they're just changing with whatever way the wind is blowing.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand you want access and access media and everything, but my God.
I will bet.
Yeah. Again, I'm gonna say no. Ahsoka doesn't deserve to have the Skywalker name. She's not a Skywalker.
No, she's a fucking Tano.
She's a Tano. And if you really go to the real fucking lore with Luke and Leia and the whole fucking Skywalker family, you would have known that the Skywalkers deserve their own fucking name. Because of Disney, we have lost so many Solos and Skywalker characters. Ahsoka's future isn't clear, and Dave Filoni has even suggested Ahsoka is still alive during the events of Rise of Soy Milker. He kind of said that she was kind of alive the way he said it, because she doesn't want to let her die. So she could still have a big role to play in the future Star Wars canon long after the Ahsoka show, possibly even crossing paths with the newest Skywalker. Oh my God, you mean Palpatine? As she tries to rebuild the Jedi Order, that's probably going to be successful. Originally, Luke Skywalker did build a successful Jedi Order in the expanded universe with a lot of fucking students, and you have Kyle Katarn and various other fucking Jedis that are just forgotten. But in Disney Star Wars, we have the broken, suicidal Luke Skywalker who failed. Someone who was actually a part of the Order at its height and has a deep relationship to the Skywalker family. Ahsoka could have a lot to teach Rey about what it means to be a Jedi and a Skywalker. No, she doesn't know how to be a Skywalker. Jason Skywalker, Kilted Skywalker, Hoshi Skywalker. Everyone is a Skywalker now. Yes, exactly. That's what Disney Star Wars is doing. Everyone can be a Skywalker. Everyone can use the Force. You know, it doesn't matter anymore with how things are established. It doesn't matter. Certain characters can use the Force, and it all depends on your midichlorian count. Not everyone can use the fucking Force. But other than that, it is over the 2-hour mark, and we are going to wrap stuff up. And we're going to start with Hoshi.
I mean, I'm not really much to promote. You know, anyone who's in the chat, you know my Twitch, my stream. I've been trying to stream every Saturday, maybe Mondays. I don't know yet. It all depends on my schedule. So yeah, Mondays and Saturdays are going to be my try and stream days. Right now I'm playing Baldur's Gate. So if you want to check that out, please feel free. You can go check it out at twitch.tv / Hoshiru21 or Toshiro_21. And if you miss it, you can always go find my VODs on YouTube, which are, I can now say, are being edited. So you don't have to watch the whole 6-hour video.
Yeah.
So yes, they're shortened, and I add little animations and sound clips now. I'm officially editor YouTuber. Yay.
Nice. Congratulations. I'm excited to see what you're gonna do, man, with the videos, man. I'm excited.
I'm still learning, so give me some leeway.
Yeah, no problem, dude. I understand how it is to start. I was the same way back in the day. You need to learn and just fuck around with the editing program, and everything will go and be better. Just keep on going. Even if you get mad and pissed off and annoyed.
I almost raged earlier.
Yeah, that happens. I've done that multiple times.
My graphics card decided to update while I was editing, and it did a little bloop, and I thought I lost 2 hours of editing progress.
Ooh.
Yep.
I didn't, but it auto backed up for me, so thank God. I was gonna throw a fit.
Yep, I understand that, brother. And then we're gonna get to Mr. Kilted.
I'm dead ass. I'm fucking good night, everybody.
And everybody knows your channel either way, right? So you're just gonna be like, fuck it. Everybody
The
knows me.
Kilted Cajun.
I'm famous.
Out,
hey, Jason, I have more subscribers than you. I'm famous.
I'm
People
trying to
know
get
me.
I could use some more of those subscribers.
Get them all.
Just fucking around, Kilted. Just fucking around. But thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you for having me as always.
No problem.
Despite the cancer you trying to make me suffer through with fucking screen rant. Jesus Christ.
But you did have a positive time today too, right?
I did have a good time. I like talking about the boys and learn some new stuff. Got adding more shit to my homework list.
Yep. We are gonna give you more.
Absolutely.
But then did you want to promote yourself or
I thought I did.
Okay. Just had to be sure if there were more you wanted to say.
No, I am really falling over.
Okay, you're falling over. But other than that, I want to say thank you to the audience. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. It's always a pleasure to do these streams. And again, like I always say, life's too short. Make the most of it. And we in 540 Studio and this panel, we appreciate you and we love you. And you inspire us every single day to keep on working and doing all this podcasting and gaming streams and whatever that we want to do. You inspire us to keep on going every single time. So thank you, everybody. And I also want to say thank you to Ironcaster for being here as a guest too. Thank you to Hoshi, Ironcaster, and Mike for being amazing guests today. It was fun to having you guys on. It was an honor. It was fun having Hoshi here for the first time. It was an honor to have you on, brother.
I appreciate it. I appreciate the invite, and thank you. It really means a lot. It's nice to have people on the YouTube platform I can talk to.
Of course, brother. And other than that, as I always say, and remember, if fucking StreamYard, I was clicking and nothing happened.
On that note, good night, everybody.
With that note, everybody, good night. And do remember,
shut the fuck up. You're a fucking cunt. Shut the fuck up. You're a stupid cunt. Suck my dick.
Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day.